Take me home, country road, to the place I belong, West Virginia.
I just wanted to welcome everyone to the 2014 Tri-County Older 4-H Camp Banquet. How? I just want to say that you all look fantastic. You're a fun looking bunch out there. And the food is wonderful. The dining hall looks great. I just want to make a few introductions and a couple of remarks, recognize some people. My name is Shay McNeil, and I am the WVU 4-H Extension Agent in Jefferson County. I am also the Tri-County Older 4-H Camp Director. At this time, I would like to introduce the Camp Banquet Committee. If you're on the Banquet Committee, please stand up. Thank you. Everything that you see, all the decorations that you see here tonight, if you had the opportunity to stop in at the old Assembly Hall for the meet and greet, all of that was done by the Camp Banquet Committee. So let's give them one more big how. You all did a wonderful job. Everything looks amazing. But I just want to thank Emily Nybert and Michelle Hale, who were the chairs of the Banquet Committee, and they've done a wonderful job. But absolutely, the campers are the ones that really shine tonight. You all, the campers, are the ones that shine tonight. At each place setting, you also will find a button. So 2014 is the 100th anniversary of the passage of the Smith-Lever Act, which created the National Cooperative Extension Service. So 4-H falls under WVU Extension, and so it's 100 years of wonderful extension programming in West Virginia, and so each of you get to take home a badge celebrating 100 years of WVU Extension. I also want to recognize the wonderful people who prepared your meal tonight. 4-H campers, I think you know what to do, how we show our appreciation to our cooks. Help us with our camp food. We have Becky Burns, Cindy Nybert, Michelle Hale, Mikey Withrow, Cody Hedge, Leanne Morgan Trainer, Lori Grega, Candace Wilt, Tylisa Beveridge, Kim Hess, and Cesarina Weissall. So thank you all so much for feeding us this week. At this time, I'd like to recognize a few guests that we have the pleasure of hosting this evening. With us this evening, we have Sharon Martin, who is the Vice President of University Relations. We have Ann Berry of WVU Extension. We have Chris Knighton, who is the WVU Student Body President. We have Ken Blemmings, who is the Interim Dean of the WVU Honors College. We have Gypsy Denzine, who is the Associate Provost of Outreach and Engagement. And it is my honor and my pleasure to introduce the man in the bow tie. You know him as President Gordon Gee.
And they'll soon be 4-H'ers. I was a 4-H'er. I grew up in a little small town on the border of Utah and Colorado called Vernal, Utah. And it was the largest city between Salt Lake City and Denver, which is about the same distance as between Charlotte, North Carolina, and Boston, Massachusetts. So I really grew up in rural America, and we had a great 4-H program there. I wasn't a terribly good 4-H'er. I was a great supporter, and so my project was an ant colony. So I started this ant colony, and it died. So I wasn't terribly effective, but I think it's great that we have such a magnificent 4-H program here in the state. You know, West Virginia is really the heart and soul of 4-H. We have really represented in so many ways the good values, the good issues, and the good opportunities for 4-H, and I'm very grateful that it continues and it grows and it develops, and so it's a great program we have here, and I love these camps. I remember going to camps. I was joking about the fact that when we go away to camp, everyone would go pile in a truck and they'd all go. Then I'd come up in my own air-conditioned van. But you know, that's just the way that it is. But anyway, it's wonderful to be back in West Virginia. I first came to West Virginia in 1979. I became president of the university in 1981 when I was 36. And so I was here for 5 years. Then I left. I became the president of the University of Colorado, where I was for 5 years. Then I went to Ohio State, which is your neighbor, and I was there for 7 years. And then I went to Brown. Where's my Brown student? Well, raise your hand wherever she is. Well, she disappeared. There you are, right there. Good. Well, you can always transfer. And then I went to Vanderbilt for 7 years. Then I went back to Ohio State for 7 years, and I retired. And I was off in Boston. I was going to teach at a little school up there, which starts with an H. But instead, I had the opportunity to return to West Virginia first to just help them find a new president, and I found one, me. So here we are. So I'm glad to be back. It's a great state. It's a great time. It's a great time to be here, and it's a great opportunity for me. So I want you all to know that your university cares deeply about you. There are very few universities in the country that have a more connected relationship with the people of the state than does West Virginia University. 33,000 students from all over the world, 110 countries, 100 different languages that are spoken at the university. So the world comes to West Virginia through the gates of West Virginia University, but also people go to the world through that institution. All the way around the world, we have programs in every continent and every possible configuration. So it is a way for us to talk about who we are and where we are. The most important thing about the university is the fact that it really belongs to everyone in the state. It's not my university. It belongs to everyone, and I believe this, and I think the Senator will concur with me, that our university is really the economic and social and cultural engine of West Virginia. It's a place that makes an enormous difference. You know, it's because we indicated we're celebrating these 100-year badges are about Smith Lever, which tells on to the fact that 150 years ago they established these land-grant universities. That, by the way, was at the height of the Civil War. Mr. Lincoln, should have left Washington and fled. Instead, he called it a young man by the name of Justin Morrell, who was a farmer and a senator from Vermont, and they talked about how would they overcome the problems of this great war that we were fighting. And Morrell said to him, he said, you know, Mr. Lincoln, it's not simply about about race. It's about the American dream. It's about finding an educational opportunity for everyone. Now, I wasn't there when this was happening. Some people forgot about it. But so they established these great land-grant universities, which are really meant to discover new ideas and then to take them to the people. And that is West Virginia University. So we'll discover the cure for cancer, and we'll write the great American novel, and we'll do very interesting things. Well, in the end, it's about making the life of West Virginians better. And that's what 4-H is about also. It's about developing character, developing opportunity, developing skills, and developing aspirations and inspiration. And so I congratulate all of you for doing what you're doing and for committing yourselves to a better life and to a better way of doing things. So finally, let me just say that I would be really remiss if I didn't say you all need to come and join me at the university. We have a number of students here, and I love them dearly. But those of you who go other places, and you can transfer, as I said. And those who do transfer at least will get one great degree. So I want you to know that. So anyway, everyone have a great evening. Thank you very much.
As a token of our appreciation and all that you do for the university, the state, and this camp itself, we decided we'd give you a little bit of a gift.
So this is a spirit stick, and the one actually behind you, the bigger one, that's the one we're using this week for Tri-County Older. And the spirit stick, it embodies the spirit of camp, the spirit of 4-H. And President Gee, we'd like to give you this to keep in your office so that whenever you look at it, you can have a reminder of this, not only this camp, but also 4-H in general and the spirit it gives. So, you're welcome.
You know, the truth of the matter is I will keep this in my office. I certainly will, and I'll use it to beat off people from Texas and Pittsburgh. So
if everyone could please join me on the count of 3. Big how how for President Gee. 1, 2, 3.
President Gee, thank you so much for those remarks. We're so happy to have you here. And campers, thank you for presenting President Gee with a spirit stick, and he can remember 4-H camp and his trip to dear old Camp Frayne for a long time. At this time, we have several other honored guests that we would like to introduce. But before we get to that, I do apologize. I missed one of our guests that is in our entourage, as I've called it, President Gee's entourage today. We also have Robert Griffith, who is with WVU Health Sciences. So. But at this time, I would like for those members of the Camp Banquet Committee who escorted guests.
My name is Chet McDonald, and this is Brad Roberts. Brad Roberts is a Berkeley County member on the Camp Frayne board. As a civilian job, Brad is a firefighter medic through Martinsburg, and he did camp through 4-H. He did not age out. He decided to become a firefighter. And I know his tribe, but I'm not going to tell you all because he is a counselor. I want to keep the suspense.
This is Mike Harmon. He is the agricultural extension agent of West Virginia, of Jefferson County, excuse me. And he is a WVU alum.
Hi everyone, this is Karen. She is from Berkeley County. She's on the Camp Frayne board here. She did go to 4-H camp here, and she was a Seneca. And while she was also a chief and stag of her tribe.
Hello, we are introducing Pat Bethany and April Blaker, and they both work for the Jefferson County Extension Office, and neither of them were in 4-H growing up, but do a lot for our program now. So thank you.
And we have Pat's favorite animal as an otter, and then we have April's, and she loves monkeys.
Miss Judy Matlick and Mr. Mikey. We'll start with Judy. She's a lifelong 4-H'er. She's originally from Pendleton County, and as of July 1st, she will be working with the extension agent for 36 years.
Natalie Fred. It's nice to actually introduce someone who has the same exact name as you. She is the CEOS representative of Jefferson County and is also on the 4-H Camp Frame board. And it's really adorable. Her 3 kids are having swimming lessons, and it's just the cutest thing ever.
All right, well, I have the pleasure of introducing Tara Morgan. She's on the Camp Frame board. She was a bingo when she was here. She's been a counselor since 2000, and she camps at Camp Frame. She actually met her husband here. They've been together ever since, 4-H relationship. They have 4 children. They're all in 4-H. She's in a 3-generation 4-H family. And yeah, that's Tara Morgan.
I have the honor and privilege of introducing Mr. Mike Blue. Mike is a Jefferson County farmer. He is one of the few last dairy farmers in Jefferson County and in West Virginia. He is the president of the Jefferson County Fair Board. He was a farm bureau. He was a past Mingo chief, as were his 2 kids, Michael Tiffany and Duke.
I would like to introduce Mr. Denny Barrett. He is an operations officer at Jefferson Security Bank. He did 12 years of camping, 25 years of counseling, and was a charity.
All right, tonight I have the pleasure to introduce you Susie Davis, and she is the secretary for the Camp Frame board. She has been camping since she was 10, so it's 40 plus years is what she told me. And she was a Mingo, and she actually just retired from the Berkeley County School Board this year. All right, I also have the pleasure to introduce Senator John Unger. And he has 2 jobs, the part-time job as a senator and full-time as a minister for Lutheran, Episcopal, and United Methodist. And he actually worked with Mother Teresa.
All right, I get to introduce Miss Polly Wharton. She was a lifelong 4-H'er, as well as she camped here at Darrell Camp Frame and was a Mingo chief. She has an all-star pin. She has been a leader a 4-H leader for over 20 years now. She is also currently the president of the Jefferson County's Leader Association and has been for the past 4 years. And she's also my grandmother and the reason I got started in 4-H.
My name is Carrie, and today I'll be introducing Cindy Smalley, and in her arms is Porter, excuse me, sorry. Cindy, as of Monday, just became the Jefferson County Extension Agent. Oregon County Extension Agent. And her son over here is J.D. Smalley, his wife Jess, and their son Joshua. They are the caretakers of the camp.
I'm Jillian, and I have the pleasure to introduce you guys to Mr. Noah Matter. He is the WVU Extension Agent of Berkeley County, and he actually completed 2 weeks of directing 4-H camp here. He has a granddaughter that's here at Older 4-H camp, which is Maddie Nicole, and he strives to make the best better and encourage people to join the 4-H program.
for taking the time out of your very busy schedules. You've given so much to the 4-H program, and we really appreciate you all coming here tonight and enjoying a lovely meal. We're very pleased to have you here. At this time, I would like to turn things over to Michelle Hale.
We have a few people that need to come up and get ready. We are going to do a little bit of singing for you. The last song that we are singing, President Gee told you that he had been all over the United States as presidents of other universities and colleges. The last song we are singing is Come Home to West Virginia, and we are glad that President Gee has come back and come home to West Virginia.